If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, July 17th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Commings. On Mondays and Tuesdays shows, we talk to two coaches on opposite sides of the United States. Now, while it was great talking to a coach in Alaska and a coach in Florida, we don't want to leave out those who are molding young swimmers in the heartland. And today in the Finis Monitor, we'll be joined by Louie Balogh. He's the head coach of the Lincoln Select Swimming Team in Lincoln, Nebraska. The team has won 7 straight state titles and still going strong. Coach Balogh joins us now from Lincoln. Louie, it's good to see you. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
Well, 7 straight state titles. That's quite an accomplishment. What's your secret?
Hard work. No, it's we have 6 coaches. I think what sets us apart is we try to have a similar coaching philosophy from not only our beginning group but to our elite level. And as they, move through the program, it's easy for them to transition from one group to the next, and common terminology between all the coaches. And when a swimmer steps up to the next level, and in our program we have 8 different levels, it just makes for, in our opinion, pretty rapid growth and allows for some pretty fast improvement with all of our swimmers.
Now, what is that singular philosophy that translates through all levels?
We're kind of old school. While we focus on technique, we also have a pretty good yardage or meter base with all our groups. We feel, in order to work the breaststroke and the butterfly and some of those events you need to be a little stronger at, technique-wise, you also need to have the base behind you in order to fine-tune those. And we really we don't focus on a lot of mid-season meets. We pretty much we forego the incidental improvements throughout the year to have that big meet, because we really focus. We feel we really have good taper meets. So even with our younger level kids, we put an emphasis on that final meet, and we're not so much worried about the stuff in between. We're looking at race strategy and how they're swimming in the races versus what the time is during the season. And that's a struggle at times, because kids really like to see that improvement. While the younger ones, they still do improve, but as you get to that older level, you kind of look at where they were at the previous year going into a taper meet versus where they are today.
Well, I'm sure, it is hard to get those older kids to have the confidence that they are going to get that improvement at the end of the season when it's not showing up in the middle.
Yeah, yep.
How many year-round swimmers do you have?
We will, in the fall, we kind of have a limit. We only have so much pool time. So we have, a couple big summer league programs here, a rec league and a country club league. And we'll max out at 160, and this summer we probably had about 120. We have, some kids fall off, and they'll, go back to their summer clubs, but usually they only do that the first year. They like to go back and kind of strut their stuff because they're faster. I've had numerous emails from some parents like, I think we need to do something different next summer. They're kind of bored and they're not having as much fun because, we create an atmosphere. Kids start harping if you got an easy practice. I mean, it kind of breeds, hard work because all the kids are doing it in all the various groups. So, like this summer, we probably have about 120 swimmers, and we'll have 2/3 or more of those will actually compete in the state championship. So we have a pretty high ratio of state qualifiers with the amount of kids that we have on the team. At least I feel we do.
Now, football is really big there in Nebraska, especially with the college team being so big in Lincoln. Do you find that football competes with swimming in terms of attracting kids?
Definitely. Football is king here, but the nice thing about Lincoln is most of the kids are pretty diverse. I'd say a good majority of our kids do other things, and they'll do other sports. We have a ton of our swimmers that they're in orchestra, they're in choir, they're in competitive dance and cheer, and our program's pretty flexible. If your normal group has a late night practice and there's an earlier practice, we try to work with you. Then usually by the time they're 13, 14 years old, and if swimming's something they really want to do, they'll still probably do the band stuff, but they may start giving up that other sport. But yet we still have quite a few that, continue to play. Soccer is a big one, and that one seems to, even our own kids, we have 6 kids, you can kind of work around the soccer and swimming because, you got your fall and spring where, if they're not in the pool, 5-6 days a week, they actually, you can maintain, and it kind of seems to work together.
And as a parent, you're probably just happy they're staying active.
Definitely. We have a 10-year-old that is actually going to be playing tackle football this fall, and we've never had any of our kids play football, but that's kind of his passion. He definitely swims whenever he's not, playing football, but, even ourselves, Brennan, our son Brennan played soccer up until he was 12 and decided he wanted to swim full time. So, we have 4 older kids. Most of them played soccer up through their, high school years. So, even as a family, we want them to be able to experience other things.
Well, I've got to say, Brennan is doing quite well in the pool. Last March at sectionals, he got second in the 200 IM, 200 back. His times look absolutely amazing. There are a lot of coaches out there who coach their kids, and just interested to know what it's like for you to find that balance between being a coach and a parent to the same swimmer.
We kind of have a unique situation because my wife and I both coach the team. Brennan primarily, 99% of the time swims for my wife Norma. She coaches all our elite level, especially 13 and over type kids. This summer we kind of combined a couple groups, and we take the whole 50-meter pool, and we split the pool. We kind of live, eat, and breathe swimming. I mean, that's what we do as a family. We have 2 girls still swimming collegiately, and our oldest daughter swam 4 years at Nebraska. So, Brennan's kind of grew up with it. He's pretty much always had mom and dad. He always had mom and dad as a coach. We have our trying times. Sometimes, Coach Norma likes Brennan to do things a certain way, and then Coach Louie would like, his son to, do something a little different. So, we'll have that conversation. But I think, we have respect for Brennan, and he has respect for us. And I think, he enjoys swimming for us. He's really looking forward to, moving on to college and doing something different. But, for what we're doing with him, it seems to have been a pretty good success.
Another swimmer that's doing very well on your team, Olivia Callaghan, just broke the national age group record last summer in the 50 breaststroke, 33:05, just amazingly fast. Tell us more about her.
Libby is approaching about 2 years on our program. She moved from Iowa and was with us for a year, prior to breaking that record. I think she was probably 36 mid, maybe as an 11-year-old, and there was, kind of some discussion on, first meet of the year in May. I think she went 35:0, which was pretty big improvement from the previous year. And, we felt, Olivia comes to practice all the time. She loves swimming. She is not a very good in-season swimmer. And, to start the season off at that 35:0 was, pretty impressive. And I think at our state championship meet, which is a week before the zone meet, she went 34 low and split a 33 in a relay. So went to zones that following week, and she just kind of had a lights out swim, got her tempo moving, and she swam fast.
Yeah, I gotta say, 33.0 as a 12-year-old. We're gonna be definitely looking for some things from her, I'm sure. Well, you're celebrating, I believe it's your 30th year as a coach. I know you took some time off, but tell us how you got your start in coaching.
I swam in high school, loved swimming. I'm kind of a swimming connoisseur. I just, even my high school coach would come to me with, how to change lineups in the middle of a meet because I had everybody's times memorized. And I've always had a passion and love for swimming. Don't tell anybody, but I actually coached my wife, Norma. She's 3 years younger than me, and, she has a passion for swimming just like myself. And I went to University of Michigan. I wasn't fast enough to swim there, but I wanted to, go to school there and be an engineer. And my freshman year of college, the swim team that I swam on as a youth asked if I wanted to start coaching, and just after about a year, took over that team and coached that team up until about 1990, even though I had graduated from college in 87. And working full-time in coaching, it can be a challenge at times. And we moved about, 25 miles south, and kind of took a little hiatus from swimming. And my wife, Norma, she coached for an additional year, and started having a family and raising kids. And then when our kids were starting into swimming, I was working a lot of hours, and I'd catch some of their meets, and was just on a recreational team. And then they decided to they wanted to win ribbons and medals and trophies like mom and dad had done in their younger years. So we switched over to USA program that was literally just down the street from our house, and came here with every intention of just being a mom and a dad. And I'm engineering manager here at a local company. And after about 7 months here, with the passion our kids have for swimming, it just didn't work out. So had several parents approach us about starting a team, and in the spring of 2008 we started with 22 swimmers, and we're actually just kind of come up on our fifth year birthday. And like I said, we kind of cap our team off at about 160 swimmers right now, when the fall starts, just with swimming pool constraints.
Congratulations again on all the success you're having. Good luck to your team at sectionals, and I'm sure we'll be in touch down the road when you got more of your swimmers doing some big things nationally.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jeff. Appreciate it.
All right, so that was head coach Louie Balogh of Lincoln Select Swimming joining us in the Phoenix Monitor, and that will do it for today's edition of the Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Commings. Thanks for watching.